Shalom. We're back with another lesson. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. We're here with a lesson I'm going to call Adultery Will Not Be Forgiven. And we're going to start with this article by Law and Crime, written by Conrad Holt 18 hours ago. And the header reads, "If he can't have me, no one will. Man blew wife and her boyfriend away with a shotgun the day after she got a protection order against the suspect," the cops say. All right. A man in Washington State killed his wife and her boyfriend with a shotgun the day after she was granted a protection order against him, authorities say. Robert T. Child, 60, faces 2 charges of first-degree murder and burglary. Jail record review by Law and Crime state the defendant was booked into Madison County Jail on Wednesday. The victims were identified as Seattle NBC affiliate King as Ann Child, I know her, and Jason Hyde, by both whom were 46 years old. Ann Child filed for a protection order against Robert Child on March 9th, according to law enforcement. In her request, she claimed her husband had stated that if he can't have me, no one will, and she detailed how I don't feel safe. On Monday, a Madison County judge approved the protection order, which banned the defendant from coming within 250 feet of his wife, according to a regional TV station. The couples were also in the process of giving a divorce. On Tuesday, Ann Child and Hyde were at their home in Hoodsport, Washington, when Robert Child reportedly entered the residence. The suspect proceeded to shoot the 2 victims with a shotgun before getting in his white pickup truck and driving away, authorities say. And man, we ain't got to go no further than that, because those of us in the truth, we understand that this man and what he did, if we was in rulership, would have been allowed. This is justice that this man was able to lay these 2 this adulterer and this adulteress to rest, because she still fell under his household. That was still this man's wife. How do you be a wife of somebody and have a boyfriend? Explain that. How is this still your husband, but yet you got a boyfriend? But we know here in Babylon, crazy shit like this is allowed. When a woman is able to come past a man if she want to go lay up with another man, even though she has a husband, it's not only looked at as right for her to do it, but they also encourage it. Yeah, girl, you deserve better. If he not making you happy, you need to find somebody who can. Shit like that. Not tell her to work on her goddamn marriage. Not stay with her husband, but go find you somebody else who can make you happy. And we know how fickle these women are nowadays with this happiness bullshit. Because as the scripture says, we're about to go ahead and get into that. A man that finds a wife has a possession. And this is Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth the wife, Salakin. He that getteth the wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. So this woman belonged to this man, as the scriptures say, a possession. And who will want somebody coming in and taking their possession, huh? What person would want their stuff to be willingly taken? They ain't had to watch somebody else use that right in front of your face. This woman belonged to this man. She was his by the letter of the law of the Bible, which we know this place Babylon the Great don't even really reference. They tell you they do, but they don't really follow it. Because they did, she would not have left her husband and had a boyfriend. Because long as her husband lived, she is under his house, as the scriptures say. This is Romans 7:2-3. For the woman which has a husband is bound by the law of her husband. See? So there's no way she should have had a boyfriend. You still under the law of your husband. There's only one way she could have got a new man. And let's finish reading. We're going to find out. So long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. And he wasn't dead. But yet she felt like she was loose from that law. That she had free reign to go lay up with another man and to commit adultery. Why? Because here in Babylon, they allow the women to do so. Like I said, it's encouraged. Let that man be making more than that woman. And she been married maybe a year to him while he built wealth in this dynasty over the past 20 years. She is allowed half of that, man. Didn't help do nothing and allowed half of what that man had earned, what he put blood, sweat, and tears into. Even though that's not the situation, it just shows you. Here in Babylon, it's okay for a woman to commit adultery, giving her a protection order against her own husband. What do you mean? If anything, told her to go back home and stop laying up with that other man. But not here in Babylon. They allow wickedness to a new level, promoted, rewarded even so. Verse 3, so then if, while her husband liveth, she be married unto another man, she be called an adulteress. And that's what this was. She was an adulteress. Because we know in the Bible, sex is marriage. So she laying up humping on a whole nother man. She's an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she be free of that law. So that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. And this just shows you. That's all she was an adulteress, man. Laid up with this man, knowing you still had a husband, knowing this man still really cared about you, knowing he still had love for you, but you didn't care about none of that. You just can't wait. You were gonna do what you wanted to do. Like I said, if this man had this kind of love to put her down, man. You know he wasn't no bad dude, but like I said, here in America, in Babylon the Great, they allow women to come past a man. They allow women to rule over men. Like we're their position. So they can just get rid of us anytime they feel like. And we know that's backwards, man. I'm going to go here. This is Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressor, and women rule over them. And here in Babylon, the women rule over the man, which it should be the other way around. Men to them are possessions. But that don't mean the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is done away with. So now we're seeing this adulteress get put to death. Why? Because she was still under the law of her husband, who looked like he truly loved her. It just, once she was tired of him, like I said, because here, the men are the possessions, she just went out and got her a new man, a new possession, a new car. Even while being under the law of her first husband. O my people, which they lead thee, cause thee to err and destroy thy ways, thy path. That's why I brought this scripture out. Just to show that it's one thing that this curse will put on the Israelite, but it also here it's put on every man. That these women are allowed to rule over men. That they come past men and go around them and make it look like the men are their possessions. When we just read in that Sirach 36, the woman is the possession. She's the thing that's being owned. But that's why this place is called the land of confusion. Because they want to mix everything up, man. All right. This is the Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6 and 7. Set a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thy arm. For love is Solomon 8, verse 6 and 7. Set my heart as a seal upon thy heart, as a seal upon thy arm. For love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which have the most vehement flame. And that shows you, man, once that intense love becomes intense hatred, it gonna burn at the same heat, man. And that's what happened. This man who loved his wife, who was full of passion for her, once she left him, that same passion turned to jealousy and hatred. As the scripture also say, jealousy is the rage of a man. And that's what happened. This man was in his jealous state behind his wife. Why? Because she want to go lay up with another man. And she want to forsake him. Verse 7. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the flood drown it. And when that love turned to jealousy, and that jealousy turned to hate, man, there's nothing that can quench it, except he be satiated for the vengeance that he feel in his heart. And that's what we're seeing. That this man put his wife and her lover to death. Because that was the only thing that was going to satiate that jealousy, that flame, that rage that burned inside of him. If a man would give all his substance for his house for love, it would utterly be condemned. Let's get that word condemned. We're going to get that word condemned. Because we didn't see this man, which we know he not wrong for doing what he did. He was supposed to put them to death. I mean, the man gave, no telling how long they been married. He was 60, she was, 46? So, a little less than 14 years. They would, age different. No telling how long they were together. And she gonna up and pull this shit? Well, she feel like it's okay to mess over this man? And he done put years with her? But that's how it is in Babylon. They make laws to where women can do that, where they can come past that man, where they can rule over them and make them feel like the men are their possession. Because a lot of these women change men like they change shirt. This is condemned. Strong H 936. Booze to despise, the whole in contempt, the whole and insignificant, to despise, to show despite toward. Strong's definition: to disrespect, to condemn, to despise, utterly. So if a man give everything he have for love, man, he's gonna be condemned. He's gonna be despised. And that's how this man had to felt. He was embarrassed, man. Like, I love this bitch all these years. And this is what she gonna do to me? This is how she gonna betray me? You know, he felt like people looking at him laughing. More likely it was people doing that. Because he gave everything he did for this woman. Ain't no man gonna be that mad by losing somebody he just met. No, man. He built a house, a relationship with this woman. And in the end, she betrayed him. Then try to lock him away to keep him away from her so she can go lay up with her partner. But that's why Yahweh Bashima Hawashai stepped in and put the spirit upon this man to seek vengeance, to seek retribution for that wickedness that she did against him. And the Lord is okay with it because he hate adulterers and adulterers, which we're going to get that. We're going to end out on. This Leviticus 20 and 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And this the word of the Lord, man. Who everybody in Babylon say they listen to. So if anything, this man should not even be in jail right now. They should give him a pat in the back for getting that evil out of here and let him go. But in Babylon, that would never be so. That's why we can't wait till we get in our kingdom where righteousness will rule. In situations like this, we'll be judged fairly. But that's all I had to say on that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.